All right, story number three. Lawbury Drake Graham, old Lawbury, filed a lawsuit against UMG over Not Like Us. He said once a cease and desist is for hoes. So I'm guessing, I don't know what a lawsuit for. Probably for something that I can't say this early in a YouTube video, but we'll leave that as that is. Now, I did a video covering the legal filing itself. We went through some of the things that really stood out to me. But one thing that I didn't cover was UMG's response. So here's a couple of responses to Drake's defamation lawsuit. UMG actually released a statement from a spokesperson. Here's TMZ. Shout out to Trent Clark. TMZ says, not only are these claims untrue, but the notion that we would seek to harm the reputation of any artist, let alone Drake, is illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. Throughout his career, Drake has intentionally and successfully used UMG to distribute his music and poetry. I think that's a nod to his poetry book. To engage in conventionally outrageous back and forth rap battles to express his feelings about other artists. He now seeks to weaponize the legal process to silence an artist's creative expression and to seek damages from UMG for distributing that artist's music. We have not and do not engage in defamation against any individual. At the same time, we will vigorously defend this litigation to protect our people and our reputation, as well as any artist who might directly or indirectly become a frivolous litigation target for having done nothing more than write a song. 1 second, applause. Now, a couple of things stand out to me in this statement from UMG. One, this is the first time I see rap battle. I don't remember seeing rap battle in Drake's defamation filing. And so they put rap battles here in court. Now, obviously, his battle with Pusha T comes to mind. Obviously, his battle with Meek Mill comes to mind. Even Stay Scheming. Stay Scheming comes to mind. That one's that common. The first half of Scorpion comes to mind. There's all kinds of Kanye shots all up in there. So UMG is saying, dog, we sat there and distributed all your diss tracks over the years. We sat there and did the same thing. And you sat there and said, hey, this is fine, guys. But now it's a problem because ultimately you lost in fantastic fashion. Actually, 1 second applause for Drake losing. And so that's another thing that's been talked about quite a bit, the hypocrisy in all of this. But at the same time, just the idea that Drake is willing to put legal teams in a position where they have to consider whether a piece of work is potentially defamatory and they'll be and could result in a lawsuit is worse than anything I've ever seen Post Malone do or Kid Rock. Usually they just come in, pimp the culture, leave and start talking junk. Drake is trying to shift entire industries. I mean, I don't know, what does this do for certain types of violent rap or gangster rap or trap or drill? If this is a very serious precedent, and I'm happy that UMG at least made a statement that seemed to call out how self-serving this lawsuit is. This lawsuit is, right? And so there's a lot of free speech questions that come in that are raised with Drake's legal filing, but Drake doesn't care. Drake doesn't care. So one thing that's also happened since Drake filed this lawsuit is he really pissed off the Reactor community. We showed a clip of No Life Shaq, his reaction to it. Screwface Jean did an entire video telling Drake, oh, we squabbling up now. You're coming at Reactors. Kai Cenat had a reaction to it. Knox Hill, he had a reaction to it. And Knox Hill really went in on him. Professor Sky talked about it. He's not a reactor, but, just the idea that Drake is only pointing out black reactors, YouTubers in the filing is not going over well either. It's not going over well either. And one of the ones I thought that was most interesting comes from Zias and B Lou. So Zias and B Lou actually went and called a lawyer. They called a lawyer on Drake. So let's take a listen to what they did.
Dimitri, what's up, bro? I'm trying to get your legal advice from trying to get your legal advice on something real quick.
Sure, what's up?
So is there any play in a countersuit with Drake's lawsuit, being that he mentioned us?
Countersuit to Drake, 1 second applause.
Stream, by the way.
Oh,
Because I'm not gonna lie, like when I saw me and B Lou was mentioned in the lawsuit, I haven't been at ease all day.
Well, what did it say? I actually I was unaware of that.
Yeah, it said that it made claims that we reacted in a certain way because UMG lifted our copyright, and I've been getting all kinds of threats from OVO, and like my family been getting threats. They've been like finding my address. I've just been distressed all day.
Yeah, definitely.
This is basically what Drake's actual filing sounds like when he talks about Not Like Us. He talks about the danger he feels like he's in and how threatening seeing Kendrick beat up an owl pinata. Wop, 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 as threats to violence. I rock with Zias and B Lou. 1 second applause.
Okay, so you and B Lou reacted to a Drake music video? Is that what you're saying?
We reacted to Not Like Us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then UMG, you were mentioned in the lawsuit, but you weren't sued, correct?
Right. But them mentioning us,
it's fucking me up.
It really has me at my heart been beating a certain type of way that it hasn't beaten before. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like.
And then the threats is just man, they coming in left and right. You know them fans.
I'm getting all type of messages now. People
So
saying sellouts. Like
they saying don't make me come find you. I'm OVO.
Like, are they insinuating that you guys were like siding with Kendrick and like trying to like trash Drake? Is that what they're saying?
They're saying that we helped in the defaming of Drake.
I see. Okay. And that's false, correct?
Absolutely.
100%.
I'm at an absolute emotional distress since I'm like, how dare he?
Okay. All right.
Look at that smile. Like, how dare he? 1 second applause.
No, you guys are technically like journalists, so you can, as long as you're not saying anything too crazy, you pretty much can, out of freedom of the press, you kind of say whatever for the most part. So
right.
Now that part's interesting, right? You heard what he said. He said, technically you guys are journalists, so as long as you're not saying anything too crazy, you're technically following freedom of the press. In the last blog, I talked about this. Journalism's evolved and expanded to include a lot more things. So I think it's funny that that's what this lawyer he's talking to, or lawyer. I'm not sure if he's a real lawyer or not, but he's saying technically you guys are lawyers, so it falls under freedom of the press. We're all banking on fair use as much as we can out here. 1 second applause.
And I'd like to watch that video. Is it still up?
Yeah, still up. The Not Like Us video still up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me watch the video and see how you guys reacted, and then I'll give you a call back, kind of let you know what I think.
Just off, like, just from experience, what's like how much you think we would be able to get or sue for?
That's right. That's the question that matters most. How much can we get or sue for? 1 second applause.
If we did a countersuit for emotional distress.
Yeah. I mean, you have to prove that it hurt your business and how it affected you personally. Maybe you guys are losing brand deals and stuff now. Maybe you guys are, the threats and stuff called you guys sleepless nights. And,
shit, I couldn't sleep last night.
Couldn't sleep last night. I usually take naps during the day. I couldn't do it today. I went to the gym. You know me, I like working out. I went to the gym. I only did 1 set.
Yep.
I went to the gym, only did 1 set. But you can see how upset the reaction community really is. Really is, right? And again, these reactors are only in the lawsuit to forward their narrative that UMG whitelisting certain channels when it came to Not Like Us was foul play on UMG's part and used an effort to lower the value of Drake and his catalog of music. They're not actually being sued, but no one likes to show up in legal documents. No one likes to show up in legal documents, and I think this is what we're seeing here. Now, this last reaction comes from Harvey Levin, and Harvey's head of TMZ, and he's also a lawyer. And so he's talking to Big Boy about what he sees out of this lawsuit. So let's take a look at what Harvey's saying.
So what lawsuit did he drop And what lawsuit did he pick up?
This is so weak to me on Drake's part. I am shocked he's doing this. So he's suing Universal, his label, and Kendrick's label, right? He is not, and he's suing for defamation because you know that in Not Like Us, you know, Kendrick uses the word pedophile, and you know, Drake's understandably angry about that. But he is suing Universal for defamation because words like that are used in the song. But he's not suing Kendrick.
Right.
Kendrick is the one who wrote the song. Kendrick is the one who performed the song. Kendrick is the one who performs it live. Kendrick is the one who's probably going to sing it at the Super Bowl. So then the question, why would he sue Universal for publishing it, but not sue the guy who's behind it? And the only answer I could get is, well, defamation is defamation, but business is business, and I'm going to get dragged, so I'm just not going to do that. And I just think that's really weak.
You know, and I would think with a broad stroke, yeah, you would bring Kendrick, you would bring Mustard and those kind of things, but is it a bigger picture when you say I'm going against Universal Music Group?
I mean, I think the picture is he's afraid to sue Kendrick because that's the easiest one, and that's the first one. And yet he didn't sue him. And I think it's because he's afraid. I mean, look, there was this war. Kendrick won it. But I think Drake is showing fear by not suing Kendrick along with Universal. And then the other thing about Universal is he's saying, look, he believes that Universal put this out intentionally to devalue Drake, so that in the next contract negotiation, which is coming up soon, they could pay him less. That is crazy to me, that the idea that his own label would try and torpedo him so that they would, because if they ruin his career intentionally, they're going to make less money by definition, whatever they pay him. If Drake's up here, Universal's up here. If Drake's down here, that's where Universal is too.
Right. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, you know, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out again. These are legal filings. They could settle. You know, I think speculation, obviously, is that Drake is ready to get out of his deal. Also, he wants an injunction, so he doesn't want Not Like Us to be performed. One of the things we did cover in my previous video is that it looks like he's asking for a piece of the song. A piece of the song, too, you know. And I just keep thinking about lines like, cornball, you show money, merch money, feed us. You know, he was supposed to be the guy with the lifetime deal, or the guy who was in a position to where other artists, he was eating off of other artists already. But it's just so weak. It's like Drake just wants people to be only friends with him. LeBron can only be a friend to him. Universal can only support him. You know, Not Like Us is anti-Semitic. I mean, I don't know. But these are a couple of reactions, or at least follow-up rather. We've got UMG's response to Drake's lawsuit here. I showed Zias and B Lou. They called a lawyer, and then we got the lawyer Harvey Levin talking about how weak Drake looks. I went into 2025 thinking we were going to be pretty much done with a lot of this, and it looks like we're not. So let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel. Follow the Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom happening. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.